Hi there, it's Kim Ball from Deliberate Movement, and I've put together a small video series covering the topic of energy. All right, so what is energy? Why do I want to speak about it? Energy is the animating force within all living beings. It's what brings us to life. It's what keeps us alive. It's what keeps the circle of life surrounding us alive and kind of interworking, intermingling with each other. But I've noticed, and I'm sure a lot of you have noticed or are experiencing, quite an epidemic in modern society today. We have people walking around with no energy whatsoever. They have been completely depleted of energy. They've been zapped of all their energy. They're walking around comatose, zombie-like, just no vitality, no will to live, stressed out. You get the picture. So this series that I put together is giving you some tips, some ideas for how to re-energize your life, for how to put that vitality, that exuberance back into your day-to-day living. How do we do that? How do we actually find a way to enjoy our lives, not just survive it? So the focus of today's video is movement. Very fitting for me since I am a fitness professional. My business is called Deliberate Movement. I help people through movement. So this is a huge passion of mine. I know that we are very physical beings and that engaging in our physicality energizes us. And so through movement, here's an example of how movement helps us. Let's say we move, we exercise, we're active during the day. We actually put some effort into it. By the end of the day, it tires us out. Then we end up sleeping very soundly, very solidly, very restfully, and we wake up feeling energized. Now with our newly energized state, we want to move again. We want to keep up with that physical self of ours, not keep it dormant. And so we go out there and move again, and the cycle keeps going, and you end up in a nice rhythm, in a nice balance, and your energy systems are very balanced. Not to repeat myself again. Think about little kids or puppies. What we try to do with them when they're at that stage is we try to tire them out with any physical means necessary. Go out there and really just run them into the ground, get them nice and tired. That way they'll sleep really well, and the next day they'll be awake, refreshed, and happy, and easy to be around, okay? It's kind of like us, just not to that much of an extreme. It balances out our system and our rhythms. Having said all of that we're physical beings, I want to take note of 3 points, of 3 pieces of advice that I have regarding movement, okay? We want to get out there, we want to move, we want to strength train and run around and participate in games and dance and jump and sprint. We want to do all that. But we have to remember that, number 1, it's difficult to get into the rhythm of including movement back in your daily routine if you haven't been doing it for a while, okay? That lack of energy and that extended detachment from activity is going to prove a pretty hefty obstacle. So there's going to be some uncomfortableness, discomfort, there's the right word, some discomfort, some pain, some difficulty getting motivated, but you just have to kind of get through it in hopes that you'll get to that point of balance and of having that energy that's going to keep you engaged in your life, not just surviving it, okay? Number 2, there's no need to be excessive, obsessive, or short-sighted about your exercise and your exercise choices. Meaning, spending all of your extra free time doing intense, obsessive exercise is really going to be more energy zapping than energy producing, okay? A lot of people get stuck in that trap because they have goals, because they're very goal-oriented and they have schedules and they have responsibilities, and they want to lose that fat, and they want to get a better beach body before the summertime. I mean, it's 2 months before Memorial Day right now, so a lot of people are starting to get into that idea of, I'm going to do whatever possible. But it just ends up being counterproductive if that's all you're doing is exercising and you're not finding that balance of work and play, or work and rest, or exercise and rest. Okay? Also meaning you don't need to be short-sighted by doing an activity just because everybody else is doing it and just because, you know, the experts are saying it's the absolute best thing to do. Okay? If you don't like to jog, you don't need to go spend every waking moment or whatever time you have for activity in a stuffy gym on a treadmill. How boring is that? That's not going to give you energy. That's not going to re-energize and revitalize you. Not at all. If you have been inside all day and you'd rather go outside, sometimes this isn't possible in colder climates in the winter. But, you know, if there's a possibility, then why would you sign up for a gym? Because people are telling you to. There's ways, and I've shown in my group outdoor exercises, to utilize what's surrounding you outdoors. If all you're doing, and I've done this in the past, is intense exercise because you think it's the best thing for you, it's the best thing to keep you lean, it's the best thing to keep you as badass as possible, one of my words, but it's really zapping your energy because it's making you really tense and it's, you know, not really creating that balance and that vitality, then don't do just that. Add in some extra stretching. Add in some restorative, manipulative therapies, massage. Add in some yoga. Go walk along the beach or along the park pathway. Okay? There's no need to do something just because everybody's doing it. All right? And the one other thing, kind of keeping in the same vein as that, is try as many movements as possible. That's my third thing. Because, you know, maybe you don't think you'll like it, but you'll never know. Okay? Go out there and dance. Go do some yoga and some stretching. Go lift some heavy weights. Go enter into a race that's really, you know, seems like a huge challenge for you. Do different things. Challenge your body. Move around. The more movements that you provide yourself, the healthier that your body is going to be, the more capable that you're going to be. Okay? We are moving and exercising so that we can be strong, so that we can be agile, so we can be coordinated and balanced, so we can have endurance, so we can have power, so we can have the capability to encounter whatever we encounter, to be able to handle it in our lives. Okay? Plus, we're trying to have the energy to enjoy our lives, okay? So get out there and move. I'll be back next time with the next tip. Thanks so much for stopping by. DeliberateMovementLBC.com is where you can find me.